up the stream, it's the cash flow show. Every day I'm live and I let you know there's a better way to get that cash, not chasing clicks that disappear so fast. You gave your time to the algorithm, but the rules keep changing. You can't win them. You need a lane that you own for real, so your knowledge turns into a deal. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the rented reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 creators, it's never too late. YouTube views, they rise then fall. Ads and brands, they can ghost your call. But when you own the room where you teach, your best buyers are within your reach. No hype talk, just a simple plan. Step by step, yeah, we walk it hand in hand. Our public feeds where you're just a guest, to your own platform where you're truly blessed. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the rented reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 experts, it's never too late. No more waiting on a viral break. No more hoping that the sponsors pay. You got knowledge they can't replace. Time to move into your own safe place. Techniques simple like clear the noise. Show you tools that fit real lives and joys. You bring the fire, I bring the frame. We build a home around your name. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the rented reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 creators, it's never too late. It's the cash flow path, come and take your turn. On your income from the way you learn. Day by day on the live stream screen, we cash in on the value you've always been. Boot up the stream, it's the cash flow show. Every day I'm live and I let you know there's a better way to get that cash, not chasing clicks that disappear so fast. You gave your time to the algorithm, but the rules keep changing. You can't win them. You need a lane that you own for real, so your knowledge turns into a deal. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the rented reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into the cash flow path, yeah. We're breaking free from the red to reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 creators, it's never too late. It's the cash flow path, come and take your turn on your income from the way you learn. Day by day on the live stream screen, we cash in on the value you've always been. Boot up the stream, it's the cash flow show. Every day I'm live and I let you know there's a better way to get that cash, not chasing clicks that disappear so fast. You gave your time to the algorithm, but the rules keep changing. You can't win them. You need a lane that you own for real, so your knowledge turns into a deal. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the red to reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 creators, it's never too late. YouTube views, they rise then fall. Ads and brands, they can ghost your call. But when you own the room where you teach, your best buyers are within your reach. No hype talk, just a simple plan. Step by step, yeah, we walk it hand in hand. Our public feeds where you're just a guest, to your own platform where you're truly blessed. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the red to reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 experts, it's never too late. No more waiting on a viral break. No more hoping that the sponsors pay. You got knowledge they can't replace. Time to move into your own safe place. Techniques simple, I clear the noise. Show you tools that fit real lives and joys. You bring the fire, I bring the flame. We build a home around your name. On the cash flow path, yeah, we're breaking free from the red to reach and the mystery. Build your own space where your people stay. Private community that pays your way. On the cash flow path, watch your value grow. Turn your wisdom into profit flow. Every daily live, I'm laying it out straight. Over 40 creators, it's never too.
What is going on? Happy Tuesday to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the Cash Flow Path. This is our live stream every day where we answer your questions. And if you have any questions, let me tell you how you can ask them. So, what you're going to do is there. So, just put in Q colon and then ask your question. That way I can see you. I can see where you I can see what your question is, and it's easier for me to see the question. You can also just comment about where you're tuning in from. And what I always like to remind people is that this is who this is for. Sorry about that. Hit it twice. So if you are posting consistently, but your income is still flat, if your content is solid, but your growth and reach just aren't there, or if you really know your subject well, in other words, you don't have to write big fancy scripts, but you don't know what to sell or how to structure it or how to find people that might be interested in it, that is what this live is about. And what we're going to talk about primarily today is one of the classrooms inside of our community. So we might as well just head right there right now. So we're going to talk about who and what to create. And hopefully you can see this. There we go. So what we're going to talk about is inside of our community, we have 4 tools. And those are, I'm sorry, we have 2 tools and a bonus tool. And that's going to get you 4 wins. So the first one is what we call the creator tool. And this helps you figure out, okay, what am I making now? Right? Compared to what do I want to make? Because I'll tell you, most people right now, if you are making content on this platform, here's what I can pretty much tell you is the problem. And that is your income is largely dependent on the platform. And not only is it largely dependent on the platform, it probably has you feeling like this, right? Every time that you post, it just feels like, what do I need to do? Right? It's like beating your head against a wall. And if you are wondering, you don't really need to wonder anymore. This thing is stacked against you. The job of these platforms is not to pay you as much money as possible. It is to get you to produce content so they don't have to. Their job is to keep you producing content. It's not to pay you. That's why they only pay $2 to $5 for educational creators over 40 and under 40 for that matter. But I'm only focusing on the over 40 crowd because, hey, that's what I am. They're only going to pay you $2 to $5 per 1,000 views. So if they're only going to do that, you would need 600,000 views, and it's only going to make you about $60 every month. Now, in a second, I'm going to show you live what I've been able to do with a platform called School, which is where my community is, obviously. But so the first thing that you need to do is you need to figure out what you actually want to make. If you don't have concrete plans on what that's going to be, you're never going to reach it. So that's the first thing that I help people do is I help them figure out, okay, what is it? What is my goal, right? How much do I want to make? Now, the odds that you're going to make $4,000 a month, and here's why I put $4,000 a month, because the average U.S. salary, in the United States for a full-time job is about $4,000, $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Believe it or not. So for all the people telling you everybody's making 6 figures in the United States, they're all full of shit. No, wrong, right? The average salary is about $5,000. So if you go with 4,000, you're going to be right in the ballpark, right? Most people, if they created and framed their life the right way, $4,000 a month would probably be enough for them to live. So, and here's the other thing I want you to realize. I am not going to snow you. That's not what I do. I'm not going to promise you tens of thousands of dollars a month, although it's possible. I'm not going to promise you that. But I can show you what I've helped other people do and what I've done myself. And we're about to reach a big milestone today that I'm going to share with you. But so the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out how much you want to make. Now, the average person's probably only making about $50 to $60 a month from their content on social media or YouTube, because I don't really consider YouTube to be social media. So you've got this huge gap of about $3,950. You're not going to make that gap up by views on YouTube. You're not. It's not going to happen. The average person, now the extraordinary person with tons of views and tons of followers, the kind that when you post a video, you get 12,000 views in the first hour. like a woman that my wife watches on YouTube. They can make that kind of money. The average person, and especially the average 40 and over person, we do not make that type of money. And what they're relying on you to do is keep making content in hopes that you will make that money, but you're not going to. So you've got to figure out a way to bridge that gap. Well, the way to bridge that gap is to find people who will pay you directly and bypass the platform altogether. So think about this. If you had people paying you $20 each and you wanted to make $4,000, all you need is 198 people paying you $20 each. That's all you need. And that's $20 a month. That's $5 a week. Do you think, and feel free to answer in the comments, do you believe that you have some knowledge that is worth $5 a week if you offer it? Yes or no? Do you believe that you have information or knowledge that is worth $5 a week? Because if you do, all you got to do is find 198 people that are willing to pay you $20 a month. Now, if you can get them to pay more because your information is more valuable, then yes, you need less people. Right? If you have 40, then what are we talking about? We're talking about just under 100 people. So, what is it that we do? Right? How do we figure this out? So, the way that we do it is we look at what you can teach others. Right? That's what we do. We just figure out what you can teach. Now, the caveat of this whole thing is you want to make sure that it's something that you legitimately know. You have proof, and you can show people proof that you know, and you actually enjoy. Because I've seen way too many people jump into something like this and they're only concerned about the money. And then even if they do make the money they want, they get bored and they go away. So you got to have something it's got to be here. Because for the longest time on this platform school, I didn't make any money. For the longest time. But you know what? I loved doing it even though I wasn't making money at the time at it. So I was willing to stick to it until I got there. Again, I'm not going to promise you this is going to happen overnight, but I will promise you in today's age, with what's going on now, it can happen a lot sooner than you think it can. But anything that you have read 5 books on, because believe it or not, 5 books on a single subject, if you read them, that means you've gone way more in depth than the average person. That means you're a subject matter expert. A subject matter expert is not somebody who necessarily has a TED Talk or a podcast or has written a book. It's just somebody who has studied something more than the average person. And you don't need to be a decade down the line. You just need to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the person. Because people are going to be more likely to believe you and relate to you if you're only 2 or 3 steps ahead. If you're a decade ahead of other people in something you're trying to teach them, they're going to say, well, yeah, that's easy for you because you've been doing this forever. No wonder you get that result. That's easy for you. But if you're just a couple of steps ahead of somebody else, you can reach back and you can bring them along. And all you're trying to do is help someone solve a problem. All right? That's all you're trying to do. Let me get that off of there. All you're trying to do is help somebody solve a problem. So let's get some of these off of here. There we go. We're just trying to help people solve problems. That's all we're doing. And the way we solve problems is we help somebody go from point A to point B. We help them identify the problem. We help them understand the root cause of the problem. We help them apply what they know. what we know, rather, right? And then we help them take action. Now, the moment the information you provide gives somebody enough confidence that they will take action, you have immediately given that person value. And more times than not, they will be appreciative enough of the value that you have given them that they will want to pay you. I've had it happen a bunch of times, right? I had somebody who actually, believe it or not, this guy, no joke, this guy was running an advertising and marketing agency with headquarters on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. He was ranked in the top 1,000 companies in the Inc. 1000 for marketing. This guy was a big deal. And he saw me on TikTok, saw me going live every day. And you know what he did? He paid me $2,000 for 4 Zooms. We just got on Zoom for 4 weeks in a row. And this guy paid me $2,000. And to me, that seemed crazy because it was just something that I studied a little bit more than other people, and that was school. He got on 4 Zooms to learn school from me for $2,000. And again, I didn't write a book on school. I'd been on school for 2 years at that point. And I just knew more than most people because I had been on school longer, so I had learned more. That's all it was. And so once you get somebody to take action, you've created value. Once you've created value for them, you know if they follow what you tell them to do, that they're going to get results. And if they get results, guess what? They go to their desired state. And if they go to their desired state, then they're happy. And not only are they going to pay you, they're probably going to recommend you to other people they know that are suffering from the same problem. Because again, all we're doing is solving problems. All we're doing is sharing knowledge to help people do things that are going to save them time, money, and headaches. That's all we're doing. So don't overcomplicate it, right? So the first thing we're going to do is help you figure out what that gap is. You write down a realistic goal. You show us how much you're making from social media or your content right now. Probably isn't even 3 figures a month. We show you the gap and we show you how to bridge that gap. Then we show you how to basically build up a page promoting the fact that you can solve somebody's problem. So you come up with a name and a 1 line of credibility. Like, for example, my friend Kathleen has written 3 best-selling books on women healing their trauma, right? Sorry about that. My friend Kathleen has written 3 books. So she's a best-selling author. So I told her to put Kathleen, best-selling author, helping women, and then she has her thing, right? So you put down what your credibility is, your credential. Now, you don't need a professional credential. You just need something. Then you figure out, okay, what is my niche or what is my topic? And then you're going to come up with a positioning term that's going to help. Licensed this, or experienced that, or proven this, something like that. And then you got to figure out who specifically do you serve. For example, here's some example right here, right? Home electrical repair. Expert, 10 years in the field, right? This is for homeowners 35 to 55 who don't trust contractors. And then you figure out what it is they want by just Googling some YouTubes, right? And by Googling and figuring it out. And then you come up with a proof point, either something that you did or something that you helped someone else do. Then you come up with a trial offer, you have a page link, and then this thing will help you generate the copy that will help you whenever you are in the school community. Because that little tool is going to help you generate this copy right here. And it's going to help you figure out what promise you're making, who you're going to help, and how you're going to help them. And then you want some proof, preferably, if you have it. Like in my page, I've got proof, right? I show people, I tell them what's in it in this video, then I show them right here, then I have some proof. Like my friend Cindy, who I helped to get to $3,000 a month in just 30 days. Or my friend Ray, much older, 67 years old, he got to $1,300. Now, what this is this is not one-time payouts. This is predictable monthly income that we help them generate. And they're both 40 and over. So this is proof, right? I'm showing people 40 and over that I can help them generate income. Because A, I've done it, and B, I've helped other people do it as well. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. Then let's go back to the classroom again. Right? Then we're going to help you build a card using either Canva or this little GPT that I created, and we're going to help you figure this out. What's up, Victor? How are you? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. So we're going to help you do that inside of there, and then we're down to the last part of the assignment, and we're even going to help you score your offer. I just built this tool, and what you do is you post your offer as you see it, right? And then you click off some of these boxes. Do you have a free trial? Is the member count public and healthy? And in every school group it is, because everything is transparent. Do most of the people that are going to visit that page, do they already know you? Probably yes, if you're creating content. Do you have testimonials or member results that are visible? Yes. Is there a video of you on the page? Yes. Is this offer already making money? Yes. And then you score the offer. But what it's going to do is it's going to score your offer against the 6 necessary yeses before you can expect that offer to be valuable on school. And so these are all tools that are inside of the cash flow path. And then our step 3 is we're going to help you build the thing. And we're going to help you do it in less than 7 days. Why do I want you to do it in less than 7 days? Because you have a 7-day free trial inside of my community. And I want to make sure that that thing is built and you can start inviting people. I want that to happen in the first 7 days. And if you follow everything that I'm teaching you, it will happen in 7 days. Truth be told, in less than a half hour, you could build most of what you see here. You could build most of what you see here. I can help you set it up as a free trial. I can help you set up the pricing. I can help you set up what's in here. I can help you set up these images and or videos that live here. I can help you set up this thing, right? I can help you do that in less than a half hour if you follow the training that I have inside of my community. And then you can, let's see, experts over 40. Look at that. Experts over 40. I am the #1 group for experts over 40 on school. And so what that means is that's searchability on the platform. Because what's starting to happen now with this platform is that people are, there's crazy things going on, guys. There is, nuts things going on. So let's look at some of the most recent results. So this is one of the old school dudes on school. His name is Calvin Hollywood. Now, here's a perfect example. So he's got a video in here. And he said about 3 months ago, he and a friend launched a low-ticket community that's now performing exceptionally well. In that video, he wanted to share his personal experience And people do this all the time in the schoolers community, all the time. But look what he's done in the last 3 months. They have built 573 members, and he's making $5,000 a month. And they have this ridiculous conversion rate of 7.5%. And in the last 30 days, they've increased the monthly recurring revenue, MRR, by $1,750. So, can you make full-time US income doing this? Yes, you absolutely can. As a matter of fact, this right here is a income emoji, which is called the clover. That means that Calvin is, who is over 40, by the way, and he's from Germany, Calvin is earning in the top 10% of people on the school platform. And then, like I said, I've showed people how to do this myself. But everything that you see on one of these school groups, I can teach you how to do. I can show you how to set up your community with your Start Here post. I can show you how to set up this classroom and how to figure out how to do these images. I can help you figure out what should be in your classroom. I can help you set up a calendar series of events. I can help you set up your leaderboard for success. And again, I can help you set up your about page. That's what I do inside of my community. And all I ask is, if you haven't started your community, all I ask is that you use my link to start your community. Because when you start your community and it says, see, Chuck Ellis invited you, you start it for free here on the hobby. You just give it a name and you start a free trial. And I'm not going to do that now because I've already started a bunch of different communities on free trials and then had to cancel them. But that's all you do. And then you go in and you just start putting things together, right? You just put one community post and you just put one classroom to help people get started. And then all you do is start inviting people. And then once you invite a handful of people, you know what you do? You ask them what they want. I love to tell people that we're not creators, we are waiters. And what I mean by that is that you go in and you go up to people, right, with your little virtual notepad, and you say to them, what do you want? How can I help you? What problems can I help you solve? What do you need to learn? They will tell you. Once they tell you, guess what you do? You make exactly what they asked you to make. You make exactly what they tell you they need. And then once you do that, just like a waiter who comes to your table, because if a waiter comes to your table and says, what do you want for dinner? You tell them exactly what you want for dinner, like a steakhouse. You tell them exactly how you want the steak cooked. You tell them the exact sides you want. You tell them the toppings you want on your steak. You tell them the toppings you want on your sides. And they bring it to your table and it's good. Guess what they do at the end? They bring you a bill. And you pay the bill because you got what you asked for. Same thing inside of a school group. I see so many people building huge classrooms, right, with all these lessons. And then they come to find out that that's not what people wanted. That's not what they wanted at all. They wanted something completely different, but they didn't bother to ask them first. You know why Apple is so successful? You know why Apple always has this kind of a reaction to their launches? Where are we talking here? That. You know why Apple gets that kind of praise whenever they do launches? You know why they get nothing but these things right here, right? They get tons and tons of thumbs up. And they get tons and tons of love. Because the moment they release a new Apple phone, they go right back in and they ask people, okay, what is it still missing? And that's what you have to do. You have to respond and ask people what they want. You don't assume what they want. You ask them what they want. And the way that you get them in is you just say, hey, I'm building this community. You're going to help me build it. All right. and it's free to join. And then at the end of 7 days, unless you want to start free, if you want to start free, that's great too. You can start free and then start charging later with a free trial. But that's all we do, right? That is all we do. Now, I'm not going to do this live because I'm recording a video and I'm going to do this on the video. But here's what I'm going to show you. Big milestone for me. And not that you matter, not that you care how much money that I'm making on this platform, but this is just from affiliate links. You can see $9,888, and I have an account balance of $1,000 or $130. So if I hit that payout button, I'm going to be at $10,000 in affiliate and earnings with the school platform. So can you make money a variety of ways on school? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So that's what's inside of my community. Check it out if you want to. And look, if you are not 40 and over, doesn't mean you can't be in the community. It's probably just not going to be right up your alley because I'm designed for the people that struggle with the technology and we weren't raised on this stuff, right? We built the damn internet, but we weren't raised on this stuff. So it's not second nature to us like it is to earlier and younger generations. But that's who I cater to. Because 3 years ago, that's exactly who I was. I was a guy who didn't know anything about school, didn't know anything about paid communities, had no idea that you could teach something like a video game and people would pay you $5,000 or $10,000. I had no idea that was possible. But now I do. And even to the nth degree, there are people on this platform. And again, these are not typical results, but there's a person on this platform making $800,000 a month. A month. And he's only got 1,500 people in his community. Or I'm sorry, he's only got 800 people in his community. And every one of those people in his community is paying him $1,500 a month. Now, it's a business-to-business community, but nonetheless, the guy's making $800,000 a month. There are plenty of other people that are making 6 figures a month. And then there are people that are making 75,000 or 50,000 or 20,000 or 10,000 or 8,000 or 5,000 or 3,000 or even 1,000, right? It's all over the map. But the vast majority of people that have paid communities on school, 54% of them are profitable, which means they are making more money than they are spending to run their school group. And there's no better proof than that. Okay? Guys, I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. I don't see any questions here. So if there aren't any, I'm going to give you one last opportunity. Thumbs up if you want to ask a question. Ask it in the comments. Wait a couple of seconds. If there are none, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for tonight. And I will be back again live tomorrow. Okay? Take care.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.